Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tablestory's Zero.Blue.Orion special one-shot edition. Skorpa. We're jumping right into things today. Last session, some very difficult and potentially very deadly decisions were made in the previous episode of Zero.Blue.Orion. The group made some tough choices. They did not like being ordered around by Union. Several things kind of happened all at once and led to a very heated situation. Weapons were fired. People were hurt. And Luka. There were some things here that triggered you out quite a bit. Specifically, the lights going off in a sort of strobe-like pattern. You're having a bit of a flashback as you are grabbing one of the guards in the USB building, basically throttling this person. You can feel their neck snapping in your hands. Weapons are going off all around you. You see Effie hit. You're hit, but you barely even feel it. And as these lights are going off, you are brought back to a sort of different place. You're still on Mars, but it's been a while. You're remembering a scene as you and your wife, it's Elizabeth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your daughter Lily are just getting out of a nighttime matinee. Probably a play of some kind. And you're holding Lily's hand with Elizabeth on the side as you're kind of walking down the street. Cars are kind of flying overhead and whatnot. And the normal sounds of the city are moving about all of you. As you're walking past a street light, the light begins to flicker in sort of a very similar way. You can feel your daughter's hand holding yours, and she squeezes it and she says, "Daddy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking us tonight."
Of course, little one. Did you have fun?
Yeah,
You liked it.
it was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not sure I understood the message was, but I am glad you enjoyed it. You want to get some ice cream? Is that okay, Elizabeth? Can
Yeah.
I go get? It's all right, right?
It's not like I have a choice in the matter. Lily's like looking between you two. She says, "I want the one with nut sauce."
All right. We'll get you the one with nut sauce.
Okay. And most of the traffic that's here is sort of flying all about. But Mars is a pretty active place, even at night. While you're walking towards the ice cream shop, something catches your eye. Something moving pretty fast. Daddy, what's that? Daddy!
Lily.
The lights flash again.
Negative, I'll start you one.
Out of my way, it's my daughter.
We're just, when the word comes out of here,
It's been a few hours since the accident. A ship came out of nowhere, collided with part of a building. We see an image of you as they're trying to clear the debris. You're cut, you're bruised, you're hurt. Your arm's probably broken. Elizabeth is arguing with some of the medical personnel that are there. And there's just one thing on your mind. As you can see them loading your daughter into the coroner wagon. You see one face. Don't know if it was luck or fate, but just the right amount of light. But you got a good look at the face of this police officer that was in this accident, chasing a criminal. He's being loaded up into the ambulance. You get a look at him. He's bruised, he's hurt, he's alive. And there's more of the strobing light effect as we cut later, a few months later now. You found out where Officer Bran Thornley lived. It took a while. took months. You got healed up. Things haven't been going so well with Elizabeth. You got sent the divorce papers earlier today. It's the perfect time, right? What does Officer Thornley's apartment look like?
I think he lives in like a 3-story apartment complex with a pitch roof. Was probably once a townhouse, or the Mars equivalent. One of probably the whole top 3rd floor is his. White, blue shutters, or at least the Mars equivalent. And I think out front is Luka in a car with the divorce papers stuffed in the glove box as the rain is, or the Mars equivalent. The rain is, I think, pattering off of the car roof windshield as he's just staring locked into the shapes that are moving around behind the curtains that he sees on the 3rd floor.
It's pitch black out. Your contact managed to cut the power right on time. As you're staring up at the curtains, you can see some like candlelight dancing around. What do you do?
Luka takes the friendship necklace that he's had, and he's been wearing this up until the USB meeting. He takes it out and he holds it for a moment and he gives it a kiss. He's still looking at the 3rd floor and a tear dripping down his face. He closes the glove box and sees the divorce papers, but doesn't really think it's going to matter if he signs or not. He opens and closes the door as he leaves. His car probably still on. Headlights still beaming through the rain. As, I guess his absolute shadow approaches the house.
Do you think Luka's a bit smaller since this is before?
Yeah. He's not as bulky. He still has some size to him, but he's definitely not the unit that we know and love him as. He does have some muscle tone to him. He has worked as a mercenary, and he does have some pretty nefarious contacts still within the line of duty. He has made a good amount of money doing his mercenary contract work, and that is why he's tried to settle down to make a family. Didn't think he'd ever have to cash in on any of those contacts until now. But yeah, he still works out and he still tries to keep healthy.
Another sort of flickering light, making the power trying to come back on outside. And we sort of flash forward into the apartment. What does it look like in here? What have you done?
The lock of the door has been broken.
Brute force.
Brute force.
There's light spilling out from the street into the apartment.
Yeah, the front door was still locked. The contact was able to actually cut the power to the fuse to his apartment, but the front door was still electrically locked. He looks at his hand for some sort of passcode or number that is smudged from the rain and maybe even sweat from the clammy hands of his nervousness. And he punches that into the side, or into the door, opening the main door. Approaching the lock to Brand Thornley's house, he pulls out some sort of tool, maybe a chisel or a screwdriver of some sort. Or maybe even some sort of foreign instrument that we wouldn't know as civilians, but one of the Merc life would know as maybe a lockbuster. He fires it to life as it zaps and sparks, and he cuts through the lock. The lights from downstairs shine up into the dark room, and I think we hear Bran call out through the candlelight something that we probably won't ever hear or comprehend. Luka's shape approaches into the darkness. And from then on, you just hear a chorus of brute force as shelves shatter, tables break, and helmets crack, and weeping of a broken father.
The power flickers back on. You're covered in blood.
I'm sorry, Lily. So sorry.
We fast forward again. We're at your sentencing. The judge has just given you 25 years to life at a maximum security prison on Mars.
I look to the crowd. Is Elizabeth there?
Yes. She's crying.
I think seeing her cry also reduces Luka to tears. Finally, in that moment of knowing no matter what he has done, he'd never bring back his family. He let his emotions get to him, and that didn't help anything. It just ripped the happiness that he once had asunder. He cries.
Once the
He's been holding
sentence-
back tears a long time, but he's never actually wept. Besides the dark cloud that was once the apartment building of Brand Thornley.
Once the sentencing is done, she actually gets up and leaves.
I think Luka stands up and tries to go to her.
He stopped. I think somehow or another your vision turns towards another light. In the process of making your way to the maximum security prison here on, well, in the area on Mars, the rest of your group that's being sent to the maximum security prison, your convoy, is stopped. The guards turn towards you. With knowing looks on their eyes. The rest of the convoy is kind of like looking around a bit in a panic. Some rough-looking individuals pull you out of the convoy, as I'm sure you kind of struggle. You're beaten. You put up a fight, but they beat you harder. You get tossed into a transport.
A separate transport?
Yes. A hood gets put over your head. This could be it. There's a lot of people that want you dead. You know that. You made a choice. And you hear a familiar voice. Or maybe a voice that you kind of think you know. Was this someone that Officer Thornley was talking to? You can't remember. But you know you think you know that voice. And they say, "You think that you're going to get off? You think you're just gonna wait in a prison on Mars? Oh no. There's better places for scum like you. Better places." Officer Thornley had friends. He had connections. You're gonna like where you're getting sent. Doors of the transport shut. And after a very long trip, you can tell you've left the planet, but you've mostly been kept in the dark, figuratively and literally. There's been murmurings that maybe you've picked up something, some place called Skorpa. Never heard of it before. But there's laughing and prodding and teasing. After a journey of seemingly months of time, your facial hair has grown in thick. You've been given the bare essentials. You've lost some weight. been rough. How does Luka feel about that? Do you feel like you deserve it?
I think Luka feels like he's deserved death for a while. He's a little nervous about what Skorpa is. I think as soon as he feels the pressures of leaving atmosphere, I think he starts to panic a bit. He's getting taken away from the only thing that was familiar to him. He's lost all of his happiness, and now there's no familiarity to where he is. His life has definitely changed for the worse. I think several times. Probably just cries.
Just kill me now. Just do it. It will save you the fuel. It will save you the trouble.
Shut up!
You're often met with beatings, horrible food,
Yeah.
barely what you need to survive. It's torture, let's face it.
Yeah, I think after the months of this travel, I think it's just he's a bit broken more now. There's just void of emotion as he's just calloused to what has been done to him. Has he deserved it? He thinks so. But to this extent, no.
The hood is, taken off as you have to eat, etc. periodically. But there's always that... You always manage to find that one light that's not quite working right. Always starts to flood these moments of your life that have changed you so drastically. You flash forward quite a bit longer into the future. A desert planet. A horrible place. A former mining colony was placed here. A long time ago. A lot of the important minerals have been mined out of the planet. Skorpa is not a friendly place. The gravity's a little heavier than what you'd expect and what you'd used to, especially being from Mars. And the weather can be pretty harsh, really severe lightning storms, and sharp rocks, and there's a fair amount of sulfur on this planet as well, so it doesn't smell good. It's got that sort of rotten egg smell in a lot of places where you go. A lot of the water is there is water on this planet, rivers and sort of large lakes and such, but a lot of it's tainted and it needs to be purified, and the air is not exactly right. More often than not, a lot of people that are here need rebreathers to kind of just filter out some of the air. You can survive without the rebreather, but it's not pleasant.
I feel like strenuous activity would probably agitate the harshness of the atmosphere.
Yeah. You've been here now for a while. people that are here know this is essentially a prison planet. There's really no way off of this rock. One of the few ways, there are a few different ways you can get food and water and supplies and things, happens to be working the mines. It's kind of a Lord of the Flies situation here. There are some warlords and things that control different areas of Skorpa. There are some nasty inhabitants that live here as well. Not just the criminals that are here, because the people that are here are pretty nasty. The people that are here are, including yourself, very much here illegally. This place should not function as a prison planet. The Third Committee abolished these places. It should be... This place should not exist. It should not be a thing. There's people that blame the Second Committee for these things. But you've managed to survive for years now. It's been years. You've done what you had to. And we join you on just a sort of random day here. As you're not alone. You and a few others have gotten together because you found a herd of Mazaks. Your crew is all about. There are devices, these sort of landcraft that some people have thrown together to get around on Skorpa. They're a combination of like a motorcycle combined with a sort of hang glider, sort of sailing apparatus. You can hear this old motor kick over. As Lunchbox gets the last one working.
You almost ready?
Lunchbox.
Yeah, I think I got it working.
All right. Should probably get moving before the storm kicks up.
All right, well, keep your hiney in order and just take me a second.
All right.
All right, there we go. Just need a little bit of love.
Won't we all?
Bongo and Zero are your other crew. Lunchbox, what do you look like?
Oh, I'm about 5'8", blonde hair, up, tight bun, kind of a little bit messy. I have clothes from all over, different colors, and I have this really cool belt that actually has an arm attached to it. And so the arm just kind of wraps around me. I think originally it was supposed to be a replacement arm for somebody, and I just repurposed it, and it wraps around me and until I need it. And of course, I always carry around a lunchbox, which is why I'm called Lunchbox. That's it. Did you want me to keep going, or?
No, that's great. That's great.
All right.
So, Jiro, what are you and Bongo doing as you're getting ready to get on these crazy-looking contraptions?
So, Jiro will basically be loading it up with whatever supplies we've got. So I imagine him like a big, like wide crate, one hand at either end, just kind of shifting across the sand and like just heaving it up onto this craft and packing it up ready to go.
Okay.
I'm turning around in circles. Just on the spot.
Are you talking to yourself?
No. What am I, crazy? No, I'm just turning around in circles. It's
All right.
daytime.
Okay, fair enough. Who put this little hunt together? Who got the info on where the Mazics are? These sort of dinosaur-like creatures that are extremely plentiful here on Skorpa. Who do you think would be
Definitely
that?
It wasn't me. I'm not very bright.
I think
not plans.
I think Jiro probably got it out of somebody back at like a communal place where we may have, like obviously there wouldn't be, but like the equivalent of a bar, just like wherever a group of people ends up gathering in the evenings and things. He'd have got it out of somebody at one of those spots.
Okay.
A little hub somewhere.
All right, fair enough. So Jiro, you've gotten this information. There's a Mazic herd. Mazics are like a little bit smaller than a car. They have a sort of like they have a sort of lean-looking lizard-like appearance. They walk on four legs. And they're fairly speedy. They are used on the planet as meat, like they're used for leather. People make stuff out of these creatures, and they're fairly plentiful. They eat like little rodents and things that are scattered all around the planet. There's a lot of these little rodents that sort of scurry about. There's not really like any huge trees or anything on the planet, but there's a lot of grass in little clumps that's usually poisonous to pretty much everything except the creatures that live on this planet. Like I said, the place smells horrible. It's one of those things that I don't think you'd really consider when you consider torture, but if you think about a certain, like, rotten egg smell, that's just always around. You get used to it a little bit, but not
a gust
really.
of wind happens, yeah, you get hit by it again.
Yeah, it's horrible. And yeah, you got some info on where a herd's going to be.
Do we have a driver of this craft?
Oh no, there's one for each of you.
There's one for each of us. Okay.
Like little race cars?
Yeah, kind of like go-karts, like
Oh,
little
shit,
dune,
yeah.
like little
Nice.
dune buggies.
So Jiro will probably like finish uploading stuff onto his craft, and just sort of saddle round to the front of it and look towards the other three.
Okay. There is a Mazak herd about 4 miles from here. We go hunt, yes?
Sounds good to me.
Good.
Continues to spin around in circles, but slightly faster on the spot. Just
What does
turning around
Jiro
and
look
around.
like?
So Jiro is massive. Like he'd give. Well, I was gonna say he'd give modern day Luka a run for his money, but at this point, he's massive, but in a very different way. Like he's like maybe 6'6", like 350 pounds, but sideways. So he's very large, but not muscular. And at this point, he's kind of wearing what you would call like dungarees. Like he's just got some tattered cloths on underneath, dungarees that don't quite really fit. So there's like bits of him spilling out over the sides of it. He's got like oily rags stuffed in the pockets. Another rag like tied around his head, keeping like just a mop of greasy hair out of his face. And he just looks big and dirty.
By the way, dungarees are overalls for those of you in North America. I had to look that up.
Sorry, he's
Fuck
wearing
is a dungaree?
overalls.
Thank you.
Or a onesie.
Elevator.
Does he have anything else on him that's visible for people?
No, I don't think so. He's just basically, he's all dungarees and tattered shirts underneath of him.
Okay. All right. Fair
And
enough.
great big stompy boots. He's also got like over the, like he's got, I would say, it's not like a jacket, but kind of like on the bottom half of his dungarees, like leather patching. Like he's tried to hobble together some armor. But it's just like random bits of like he's stolen leather jackets and cut them up and just kind of stuck them on himself in bits, attempting to make some kind of armor.
They'd probably be made out of Mazic hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty plentiful on the planet. And
So it's almost like assless chaps made out of Mazak hide.
Okay. Fair. What about Bongo? What does Bongo look like?
Skinny as hell. The opposite. Really like underfed, like really skinny. Probably just wearing whatever similar looking overalls as everyone else, but like tied around the waist. And then there's like a really like dirty vest, thin, like hanging off of him. Like maybe it fit once. Grease covered, kind of a little burnt in places. Skinny arms. There's like a tattoo of like an eagle on one arm, and then like a weird sort of overly cartoonish weasel on the other. Kind of patchy beard, I think probably, but kind of still kept relatively short. But a really thick mustache, and then patchy beard underneath it. And then hair that's like kind of greased backwards, like those old greasers from the 60s or whatever. Just all different styles. Like his eyebrows has got like loads of like burn marks and stuff. So his eyebrows look kind of like one is kind of half missing. Yeah, he's got like loads of burn marks on him and a few scars and stuff like that as well. Not all necessarily from like knife bites, just falling over, damage, burns, knife wounds, all sorts of stuff. Just kind of a mess, but pretty wild and feral looking. It's probably like a fresh bandage on one arm as well. That's like nasty looking too, like yellowed already from external dirt.
All right.
Oh, and I'm carrying a board with nails in it. I'm holding it above my head as I turn around in circles. It's an important feature.
All right. So what are you doing?
Turning
What's
around in
everybody doing?
circles.
Bongo!
Just like Jiro just full on bellows at Bongo.
I bring the wooden board down and turn around, looking around as if I'm like kind of
Oh, you got him
preparing
to
to be
stop.
attacked.
I like
What?
it when he pretends to be a sundial.
But I am not pretending to be sundial.
What time is it?
It's daytime.
Yes, you know what we do in daytime?
Duh.
Yes, we hunt. Get on ship thing. Time. Let's come on. Chop chop.
So these things have a thing that I can place cargo on?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, these are vehicles that I think Lunchbox modified a bit. There's variations on them throughout, like, for people to kind of get around on the planet. They're old, like, mining vehicles. You know, they were used to, like, help transport various ores and things from point A to point B, like in I guess in smaller varieties, smaller caves or whatever, maybe where extraction was difficult, but they've been heavily modified, so they all look different. You know, none of them are exactly the same.
Can one of them have like a drill bit on the front?
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do we have like a collar on or anything, or like a shackle of some kind or anything like that?
Skorpa does not need those. The planet
Just
itself
The whole
is
planet
prison.
is the prison.
So it doesn't matter if we do or don't mine, I guess.
The only
yeah,
reason
very,
that the only reason that people do mine on this planet is number one, anybody that does do mining, it's extremely dangerous. The only ores that are really left in the planet are in really difficult to reach locations. So you have to essentially go into some of the scariest places on the planet just to get anything. But once a month, there is a ship that picks up the ores and in return leaves that equivalent in weight in various food and supplies.
Oh, I see. So
There's been entire plans have been worked out to try and get on those ships.
Pick one of them, yeah.
yeah.
None of them have ever worked. So many people have died trying. They don't
So
know
really-
who the ships belong to, but they drop them off, and they do drop off those resources.
All right. So, if I may, one of the carts I think would have a bunch of room in the back for cargo. I think it was a whole set that we found, and then I managed to modify them. One of them will have that like drill bit on the front, and then the other one will have like little claws that help like pick up the ore and stuff. So I think it's probably a set like that.
Sure.
And I think there's one extra one. So maybe.
There's two grabby ones, a stowing one, and a
yeah.
drilly one.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So fight amongst yourselves as to who gets what, but I get a drilly bit one.
I just want Jiro's just to have a slab of metal welded to the front.
We can work with that. One drilly bit, one metal.
I'll have a
Battering
grabby bit.
ram. I push ore around.
All right, that works. It's like a snowplow almost.
Buh.
All right. What about you two?
I'll have a grabby bit.
I'll probably have a grabby bit as well, to be honest. Can I?
Well, sure, why not? Two grabby bits, I guess, and then no, we don't have one for cargo space.
Oh, all right. Okay, I thought snowplow was gonna have cargo.
I thought we all had
Then
cargo,
let's
so-
do that then.
We'll put it
Snowplow
in
has
back.
cargo.
It's definitely not the most secure cargo situation, but it'll get the job done.
Like a tower of shoe
has to
boxes
hold
just
it.
waiting.
Do you ever see those pictures from like India or something where they just have those mountains of like cargo on the back?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
I am Norman Reedus.
All right. Where is this, the Mazax?
Hang on, let me,
Is Mazats, we're going to jungle?
No, Bongo. We go to ride pony.
It's not a good idea to ride pony through jungle.
Uncle, have you ever seen a jungle on this planet?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, all right then.
I take
I
you
guess
there.
I'm going to the jungle. Yeah, sure. If you manage to take me to a jungle on this planet, I tell you what, I will give you all of my rations from this next hunt.
Okay, prepared to be hungry.
I'm so prepared, Bongo.
I'm interested in this jungle.
No, Luka, it is Bongo. There is no jungle.
I want to see what he has prepared.
You know what Bongo has prepared, same as always.
Way down deep in the middle of the Congo.
Yes, you very good, Bongo, yes.
People took an apricot, a guava, and a mango.
Bongo in the Congo.
He stuck it with the others and he danced a little tango.
Okay, so I have a path plotted in.
All right, perfect. I got birdie purring, so I'm ready.
All right, lead the way.
You follow me, Bongo, okay? We go to jungle, yes?
You don't know where the jungle is. I'm not going to follow you. You follow me.
Okay, you follow me and I'll turn around and follow you, yeah, okay?
Yeah.
Good, all right.
So, the wind starts to kick up a bit, and you raise the sails to kind of get these things started. They're kind of like made of leather. A lot of the sort of fabric that's here is pretty rare. There's people that kind of try to make some fabric out of some of the different grasses and things that are on the planet, but it is fucking arduous. Like, it is just a really difficult thing to do because there's not a ton of usable grass. So it's a difficult thing to do to weave any kind of fabric here.
Safe to say these sails have like patches.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you get the sails kicking up and off you go.
Yeehaw.
Do we I'm picturing, do we almost sit on these I'm trying to think, what is the thing that the douchebags ride down the beach? Like sail buggies.
Dune buggies.
But you're on the side of it with a rope holding the sail as it flies along.
Absolutely. Off you go. Through the fucking horrific landscape of Skorpa on these things. It is a fucking difficult journey, let me tell you. It is not an easy ride. And if you've ever sat on a bike or any kind of vehicle without any good suspension, oh man, it's rough. And off you go. Who's gonna try and spot for these Mazics?
I mean, we can all try, right?
Can all try. Is there anybody that's good at it?
But you will all fail.
No, not
I don't know if
me.
there's anybody good at it, but I'll try.
I'll try as well.
All right. If you don't have any sort of trigger to help you, you can just roll a d20, a flat d20.
Does get a hold of work, or is that specifically if I'm trying to grab something? All right.
Nah.
I'm going to say as well, skills-wise, Jiro is using his get somewhere quick, but it's only to negate his excessive weight digging into the sand.
Oh dear.
Alrighty. Bongo, you're not even trying. Okay, are you actually trying to go with them?
I don't know.
Neither do I. You're gonna have to figure it out.
I think they're moving quickly enough for Bongo to be following them, and generally speaking, he sticks with them. So for now, yes, but I'm definitely not looking for anything.
Okay. This is just fun. You're just having a good time,
Yeah,
out on
with
these.
her.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
I don't think Bongo even knows what's going on.
Okay. So, who's leading the way here?
Let's assume that would be not me.
Yeah, so Jiro will be in the front
Jiro,
because
yeah.
he's got the info in theory.
Sounds about right.
Luca's the new kid.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
All right. Fair enough. So,
I have a quick question. Do we know you're a cop killer?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think he's probably already. He's probably told you.
Okay.
okay. So, leading the way, Jiro and Lunchbox. I don't know who Nero or Heath or Effie is. That's some weird shit going on.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, if you go up to the gear and roll 20, you can change your in-game name.
Oh shit! Sorry.
But yeah, Effie, you and not Effie,
Lunchbox.
Lunchbox,
Excuse you.
you and Jiro. You can see the herd of Masek. It looks like they are they're chasing after some little vermin, but they're mostly kind of grouped up over a ridge up ahead.
I see. Wait, is this what we're looking for or no? Or is this just random vermin?
No, they're Mazeks. They're
all right,
a little
all
bit
right.
smaller than a
I just wanted
car.
to make sure that this is what we're looking for and I'm not pointing us in the wrong direction. Yeah, I just point. I see him over there, just over the ridge.
There are.
Okay.
There's at least 4 of them there that you
We got
can
4.
see.
It's perfect.
Okay.
1 each.
What do you think? We do like we did last month? We do the sheepdog?
Yeah.
Okay, sheepdog it is.
You be the dog, they be the sheep, and then we pick them off. Just to be clear.
That's right. 3,
Right.
2, 1, wrestle.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I love this part.
Over the ridge you go. The sails catch some of the wind, so you kind of like launch over the ridge. You get this like worm's eye view camera shot of like the sand and stuff like flying over the ridge in slow motion. The first 3 of you go over. Bongo. I think Bongo doesn't like go over at the same speed or something. Bongo, are you going like real slow or real fast?
Real fast.
Okay. Bongo, make me a... If you have anything to help you with going fast, you can go ahead and roll that. Otherwise, give me a flat D20. Don't forget about your special abilities either.
Yes, I know, but
Okay.
I don't know what's happening exactly. 14.
A 14. Okay. You go way too fast. So like Lunchbox and Jiro they launch over the ridge. Luka launches over the ridge, and you gun it as fast as the thing can go. You go sailing way further than they do over the ridge. The 3 of you can see Bongo just like flying overhead as you're kind of like gliding down.
Bongo!
Not again.
He'll catch up.
Oh no, he's way ahead of you now.
Oh.
Bongo,
We'll catch up.
He's taken like a much like further trajectory on
Yeah.
the.
In that case, I get really excited when I see him do that. I'm like, woo! And then I'll try to speed up Birdie.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I don't
Jim-
know if there's a way to speed up after you've let the sail like kind of take you like on the air. You're kind of gliding
Well-
down at this point,
Trim the sails. Trim the sails.
unless you cut the sail.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I just might.
I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
All
Hell
right.
yeah. I'm all riled up now. I want to catch up.
All right. Do you have anything to help you control this vehicle?
Well, I am a mechanic. I think I know how to make this vehicle work the way I want it to. So I probably can smack a couple buttons and get the sails to do what I want them to. Just a thought. I mean, I did make the damn thing.
I don't know if being a mechanic will help you be a better pilot. Let's see. I think
Fair
just give
enough.
me a flat D20.
just cause you got a dick doesn't mean you know how to use it, okay? Just ask my wife.
That's an 11.
An 11. You do manage to make it work. It's not pretty, but you
hell
make it
yeah.
work.
Yeah, just ask my wife.
You kind of like you cut the sails like a little bit, and you feel like this sudden like drop, and that like sinking feeling in your stomach like rises up to
I
meet.
love
Like,
it.
yeah. You and Bongo go flying forward. Bongo, you land like right near the herd, startling them. You see these Mazik start to like turn towards you, and they start to like turn towards you, but Lunchbox lands right behind you. You guys kick up like all this dust and sulfur, and it just fucking smells horrible.
Yeehaw!
I turn backwards on my bike and thing and whatever it is and look at yeah, what
Lunchbox.
the fuck is your name? Lunchbox.
It's all right.
And I'm like jumping up and down kinda on the bike, and I'm just saying this, but I'm slowly raising something in my hand as I'm going, I'm bongo, and then I pull a fragmentation grenade pin.
I gave the crazy.
I love it.
I gave the crazy guy explosives.
Dude.
Wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
And I'm just shouting wildly at you.
And
Yes.
Yes! Yeah!
All right, the python picked the passion
right there in the middle.
said the mandarin. And I throw it into the herd.
Okay. All right,
Jiro
Bongo.
just shouts, "This is not a sheepdog!"
I don't remember this one.
Sheepdog. I thought you said sheep bomb. My mistake.
All right, Bongo. I think you got some talents. You also have some triggers. You can blow something up.
Yeah, my I have two of these just on me, so yeah, I'm just throwing it normal. I'm not doing any crazy shit, but I'm gonna try and blow something up. 19.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Tell
getting
me
tenderized.
they go, like careening in the air, like slow motion. It's like
So I just rolled to see how many of them you were gonna hit with the grenade. You hit all of them.
oh yeah, blood and guts raining down from the sky.
It
This
was
is
just-
I just go straight through them. I have no idea that that's what we're here to get or anything. I go straight. I'm clearing myself a path. I just just go
Into the horizon.
through the thing.
Where is
When it
Bongo
comes
going?
to sun and fun and goodness in the jungle, I go.
You just
You
hear
prefer the sunny, funny one they call him Bongo.
you hear this like horrible screech, and this explosion goes off ahead of you, Jiro and Red Panda. You can see like just smoke and blood gets like launched up into the air. Bongo, you and Lunchbox just get covered in blood and guts.
Woo!
I think like Jiro will try and do like a big handbrake turn. Like he'll just take his massive weight, shift it to the other side of his craft, and try and do a handbrake turn as he like puts up some of his leather armor to just not get Mazak all over his face.
Yeah, I think Luka has like a tank top under the overalls, and he's got maybe a magic like shawl that he puts up for the storms, and he just covers himself and has like just magic thuds onto his like magic bits just
There's like a
thud onto his
spleen
yeah.
that lands into your
Yeah.
lap.
Yeah, exactly.
Good work.
I just turned my cart around, and I'm very excited. Got a big grin on my face. Did you see that? Did you see that? He threw it right in the middle, and then they all exploded. That was the best. That was great.
It was rather exciting. Good work. Where is he going? Wait, Bongo.
I'm like doing like a wide arc around the edge.
Bongo, we stopped here.
I'm coming back around. Covered, like just massively covered now in blood and bits, and There's probably bits of like straight up shrapnel and dirt that have lodged into me, and I'm bleeding in places as I pull up.
Spinning the pin still.
Hello.
Bongo, that was amazing.
Good shot there.
Yes.
I think that's the best one yet.
Oh, we needed to be done.
It went just
was real
like the
good.
last sheepdog.
And I think at this point, like Jiro will just sigh and like imagining like if he was in an actual dump truck, he'd just hear beep 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 as he lowers the snowplow and just starts scooping up Mazak guts from the floor.
I pull out my second fragmentation grenade, and the pin is missing.
Oh.
Hey, no kid! I can throw it at him.
And who?
You.
You're
the new kid.
Oh, it's okay. I've got plot armor.
And I throw the pin at him. Way down deep in the middle of the Congo, Hippo took a nipple, got a guava and a mango. He stuck it with the others and he does the tango. The rhino said, I know, we call it umbango. I throw it at him and I'm like, and I just jump. I'm jumping up and down like a fucking baboon on the fucking bike thing as I throw you the grenade and the pin.
Yeah, what do you do?
And the pin.
Yeah.
I think I've got a pickaxe. I'm going to. Could I try to baseball swing that out of here?
Okay. Way out to the
absolutely.
ball game.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a pickaxe roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, just barely. You just thwap it. The grenade
Could have
just
been so bad.
like launches probably
Not so far away.
yeah, not that far. It's pretty close. It goes off.
Woohoo!
He's home run.
This was real good. That could have gone so south.
You guys are like, there's probably, I mean, you guys get covered in sand. Like, it doesn't go that far.
Yeah, right.
Oh, literally doesn't even move.
yeah.
Just raining down on him like every day. 3 points for home run.
How many more of them do you have?
You want another one?
No.
I make
do
you
not.
one. We play hot potatoes.
I've had enough. I'm full. No more potato.
We play hot potatoes. It's okay. Yeah, used to be 4 of us. Then there's 3 of us. Now there's 4 again.
All right.
Easy enough for hot potatoes again.
I kind of look at everybody else.
I could really go for a potato, honestly. I mean, a real one.
I'm very hungry.
Such a long time since I had a potato. Real potato.
Should rename that game. I could eat.
Yeah. Rename the game I could eat?
No. I could eat. That's separate.
Oh, right.
We could just
Related.
rename it Hot
Was it-
Food We'll Never Eat Ever Again because we live on Skorpa.
Yeah.
That's not
I
true.
think it could catch on.
We have the rations. We could get rations.
We could play hot rations?
Hot rations.
Hot rations. All right. Kind of works, I guess.
Ugh.
Well, let's scoop up the rest of this shit and take it
right.
back, I guess.
All right.
You know what? Jiro's just been continually driving around and he's like scooped as much as he can into like one central little, like the scene in Jurassic Park when they come across this massive pile of dinosaur shit. It's like that. He's kind of scooped it all into one central pile of crap.
All right, and I guess I'll just move over with my grabby hands and try to pick it up and put it in the back of his cargo space.
Sure. Specifically, you're trying to scoop the leftover Masek parts into his cargo
Whatever we can use or need, or
Okay.
whatever.
Does
he's
anyone have
scooped up, you know.
survival?
I do.
I do.
Okay. Or anything else? I mean, if you have, keep an eye on your talents and stuff.
I have get a hold of and also survive. So which one do you want?
If you're trying to, I think, get whatever you can from this stuff, it's probably survive.
All right.
Ooh. This was a fairly unsuccessful run, unfortunately. Most of the important bits here have been annihilated by Bongo.
Organs, yeah.
Well, doesn't look like we can use much of this, unfortunately. It was a fun run, though.
Yes.
These here. What's
Best
this
sheepdog
here?
yet. What's that?
What's this one here?
And he kind of like holds up a bladder that's leaking some sort of liquid.
I don't know.
What's this, right?
Well, maybe.
That is
What is that, the
very
brain sack?
special cleaning fluid. The Mezex, very clean animal. You can put above head and squeeze. Shower, very clean. Very
Oh,
clean.
hell yeah. I want that. I haven't showered
is,
in years.
You both give it a go.
I mean, there's water around on the planet. You can't really drink it without it being properly treated. But I mean,
Well, I
there's
know.
water.
I still don't shower. I mean, five minutes out there and you're covered in sand. That's my shower.
And I just want them to squeeze.
No one can
Mazak
smell
piss
me
on
over the
themselves.
sulfur anyway. Sorry, what was that?
I said, and I just want you both to squeeze Mazak bladders over yourselves.
Yeah, I figured.
Right?
Luka holds up the bladder above his head and wrings it out like a wet t-shirt.
Does it work? Does he look cleaner?
No.
Smells awful.
Yeah,
Oh, that means it's working. You look fantastic.
he doesn't look fantastic to me. It
I
looks
don't feel
pretty much
fantastic.
the same.
Don't listen to Lunchbox, my friend. You look very beautiful.
He's just covered in wet sand.
I know he looks
I
beautiful.
think I'll pass. Thanks anyway.
Right.
Just kind of toss it onto the into the back with the carcasses, the unusable carcasses.
Yeah. All like the good portions of leather are like burnt and blown up.
Mm-hmm.
None of the meat is salvageable. It's just a fucking mess.
Fuck.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm still very hungry.
Right, well, we could try to find another herd.
It depends. Has anyone been counting bongos and boom bombs?
Well, no.
Two of them.
We might need to ask him to be lookout on next hunt.
Bongo.
Hmm?
Are you alright to look out? On this next one?
Very special job.
Like I stand up on top of my weird scooter bike thing. And like a meerkat, I turn around a few times. Then jump back down. He's good, nothing here.
Yes,
Right.
just like that.
You look out now? No kid?
Alright, I'll look out. We don't.
Is Luka really the new kid? How long has Luka been with this group?
Didn't you say he was only here for like 4 months or something?
Luka has been on the planet for years.
Oh, so I thought he was new here.
I just assume that Bongo just keeps calling him that for some reason.
Maybe he is. Maybe it's been 4 years.
Right.
That's
I'm
just
still the
nick- he
newest
was-
kid.
Yeah, last to
Yeah.
join the group, so he's always the new kid.
Yeah. I think we lost our last fourth member to Hot Potato.
Yeah.
And now we've asked Luka here to come in and be our new fourth member. But that was probably a couple of years ago now.
Years ago, yeah.
Alright. Fuck that move.
What should I? Probably just a flat d20
You're rolling for what?
to see if I can spot or track another herd.
Okay. Let's see. What do you guys have to help you? How did you find this place in the first place, Jiro? How did you know where these people were? Or these Mazik were, rather?
So I took a little liberty. Basically, I took it as I was told sort of the equivalent of a coordinate of where it might be, which I assumed these sort of rudimentary craft, even in the future, have got some kind of nav component to them, which I punched in. But even if not, it was that kind of old, like, because the people that have been stranded here have been here for so long, it could have also been like, oh yeah, you go past the Wailing Rock, down, Christie Mountain, that everyone just kind of knows what these features are. And oh yeah, and in the Valley of Horrible Death and Hot Potatoes, you'll find some Mazaks.
Okay. Well, Luka, I guess you're trying to climb something high, like tall, to get a lookout. It looks like there is another Mazak herd that you can see. Close to the same size. Maybe about a mile away.
I see one. It's about a mile in that direction there.
Woo! Hell yeah. All right, Birdie, you ready? I pat the engine of my little go-kart, I guess.
Does absolutely nothing differently.
Oh, of course not. I love her anyway.
Sure. Okay. You all set now?
Jiro will kind of like move his girth into the seat and like tentatively look back at he looks back at the Mazak remains and just like, as he does, like a bit just falls off and lands on the floor and it's like, this is not going to last the trip, but let's take it anyway. I'm going to pull away and it's all just going to slide off the back.
I'm going to spray everybody behind you. That's a good.
I'm climbing onto Luka.
Bongo,
I'm on your back like this.
You have a ear.
Really close to your ears, I say. While you're doing that, Bongo, and I'm just. You will have to stay awake now.
What?
They will come for you. You know that, right?
What are you talking about, Bongo?
They will come for you.
Bongo, get off me.
And I'm injecting him with kick. I like, as I'm speaking to him, I slowly work the needle into his neck and then just hit him with kick, which it does that. It keeps the pilot awake and alert for up to 30 hours.
So
jump off of him, leaving the fucking dirty needle in his neck, and run to my, which I guess is a bike for some reason, and then
there's just a needle hanging out of your neck, Luka. What does this do?
All right, well, I guess we have to go. I guess I'm going to go find the Mazak. It's probably up this way. Here we go. And then
All right. You open up the sails and off you go. Off on another hunt.
I think you see the mechanical arm just spinning as if it was a helicopter, as like a propeller. And in the while, I'm riding it, or I'm driving this thing with like my knees, and then with the pedals, and then with my hands, I'm pulling this chain, which is actually the mechanical of this arm. It's just a series of pulleys, and I'm just going, all right, we gotta go, and it's for no reason.
All right, fair enough. Off you go. Back on another hunt. And this is probably a good place for us to take our break. This is a good place for us to take our break.
Nice.
Yeah. So we didn't do a proper intro for the show because I wanted to jump right into things. I felt like it made the most sense to do that and kind of get things underway today. But yeah, if you have not done so, please make sure you follow all these wonderful people. Please, follows are free. Go make it happen. And they are playing some weird characters today as we're doing this Tablestory ZBO one-shot experience. A little bit of a flashback in the life of Luka Ludomir as we kind of learn one of the, I guess one of the reasons why he is the way that he is. We'll learn more probably as time goes on.
Can I just state that I didn't make this character and I had no choice. but to play it.
I'm pretty
Why is
sure
that, Brad?
the DMs say you can choose, and you were the first one to pick, and you picked this character specifically.
It
so
actually, Wax said, here's a selection of pre-made characters to choose from. There's a bunch of different names with a short description of like ideas of what their characters would be. Sure,
Right.
you guys get to select, but one of them says bongo and then batshit crazy, and he knows I have to pick that one.
oh, okay.
So I didn't have a choice. No.
Because to me, it looked like originally the list didn't have any names next to it,
didn't.
and then he just put Brad next to it. So
After
pick
Brad said it.
of like 12. You had 12 to pick from, Brad.
I had no choice.
No choice.
No choice. None whatsoever.
Yeah,
course.
if you're curious, chat, who else was available? There was Cassidy the Thief, Diplomat, who has a way with words, Showbiz, who's pretty, so pretty, Tsunami, forceful, good in a fight,
So pretty.
Citan, good at keeping an eye out, a bit weasel-like. So those were the other choices for the crew.
These Lancer pre-gens will be up on Patreon. JK. So you guys can run your very own Skorpa one-off.
But yeah,
More work.
if you haven't done so, please make sure you follow all these people. And if you have yourself an Amazon Prime or a Twitch Prime that you haven't used yet, consider using it on one of these wonderful people. Get yourself some emotes. Make it happen. Get some support going for everybody here. We're going to be back in just a few minutes. Hang tight for more of our special ZBO one-shot. We'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, to Tablestory Zero.Blue.Orion, or I guess Zero.Brown.Orion, based on all the overlay stuff today. Welcome back for our special Skorpa one-shot. And you're joining us. The group has been on a hunt for some creatures known as Mazaks, a very prominent sort of lizard-like species that occupy the planet Skorpa. And they eat a lot of the vermin that are on the planet. They're also killed all over the planet for their meats and for their leather, essentially. A lot of people use that. Skorpa being a prison planet, the people kind of do whatever they have to do to survive. And there's a very much a Lord of the Flies, Mad Max, Borderlands thing that is happening on this planet. So, the group has gone out on a second Mazak hunt. The first one ended with a boom, as Bongo blew all the Mazak up on the hunt. What I'd like is for one person to make a survival roll for me to see how they did on the second hunt.
I mean, I'm pretty good at that.
All right. The second hunt, Lunchbox, went significantly better. You're able to basically get as much meat and leather as you could from the Mazak, the 5 Mazak that were in this herd. Pretty big haul. Your little like sailing vehicle, motorcycle type vehicles are all full up. You got everything loaded up in the cargo areas. You lost pretty much all the stuff on that first hunt that kind of went awry. But yeah, Luka was pretty good hand with his impromptu bow and arrows that he put together, and your other weapons. Where is home for you, everybody? Where is this place?
Oh, I actually think that we had a place, and then when we brought Luka into the fold, he maybe found a new, better place. So I think he should describe what it looks like.
So for the past 4 years, there's probably one of these spires that we see here, I guess, in front of us on the landscape of Skorpa. This it's got like the porous exterior and the spire that comes up with the sharp parts. I think there's one of those that we have actually turned into a settlement. We kind of, each one of our bunks is one of these this Swiss cheese spire, which I think that we've probably call our home. There isn't really a place that we keep the contraptions that we have. They just kind of are out front with maybe a slab of, or a tarp of leather over it. But that's pretty much, that keeps us safe from the elements enough for us to call our home. But it's pretty awful still. It's better than what it was. I think what we had before was maybe just wherever you guys parked these, and just they were your bed for a bit.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, but now we finally have like a home base, which is these things.
Okay, so you all kind of pull in to the to your little home. Park in your bikes here.
Don't worry, I will stay watch.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. This second hall, this is perfect. This is everything that we needed.
I don't think I'm going to sleep, actually. I could probably stay up maybe as well if you need me to. If you want me to, Bongo, I could probably stay with you if you want.
Touch his lips. I understand. You do not need to worry.
I
What's wrong
wasn't
with
worrying
him?
until you said that, and now I feel like I have to worry.
I
Why
sit
would I?
on Luca's bike. I understand. You help.
Yeah, I'll help. All right. There's probably a couple of things I have to get up from my bed.
And I climb up the side of the spire much faster than usual.
What the hell's up with him?
Like King Kong.
Yeah. It's a foreshadow. To King Kong. Yeah, so
All right, up you go.
Hell's wrong with him? It's all
You
like
know how it is.
amped up. Well, yeah, I mean, I get amped up when we do runs like that, but I've never seen him like that. He's usually, stoic.
Bongo.
I point up at one of the moons.
Bongo.
Look,
What?
Yes. It is a moon, Bongo.
that was this moon there yesterday.
Yes, Bongo.
We just don't know.
Oh. Right.
About the new guy, Bongo. Did you do the thing which we said we wouldn't do to people anymore?
You must understand they are going to come for us one day. You know that, right?
Nice. I remember. They will come. Yes.
One of us must always be ready.
Yes. We are always ready, Bongo, but we mustn't do the thing again. Okay? Make people very angry.
No. No, I would not do that.
No?
No, I would not do that.
Good, Bongo.
And I'll grab a slab of meat off the back of one of these crafts into the crate and start carrying it into the spire.
You think we could spare some of that? Treat ourselves to some nice, warm meal, maybe?
Uh,
Do we want to sell the whole thing?
well, let me check.
And I'll put a hand inside my dungarees and just pull out just a random spoon and just take a slop of the meat.
It'll be good. We spare a little to eat tonight.
I will never get used to that. That's raw meat.
That's how you check if it's good or not.
No, I don't think so. The fuck is wrong with you?
A great many things. You want dinner or not?
Yeah, all right.
I'll get fire started.
Okay. And I walk over and get ready to get the fire started, but I'm really disturbed. He does that every so often, and it's still gross as hell.
Okay. So, Jiro, you're... How do you think you do start a fire here? Do you have a space inside for the fire, or is it outside? Where do you have what do you have?
Yeah, so I'd like to think that we've inside the spire, we've created like a bit in a corner that's quite well sheltered, but we've carved out a hole in the side for ventilation and to draw air in, and hopefully not flammable sulfur. And I imagine we'd have like the space version of a flint thing that you'd strike to get a spark. So almost like an electric version of that, but it would be all like rusty and crappy and kind of takes a couple of beats to actually get the little zap to come out the end of it to put onto whatever fuel we've got to get it going.
Maybe that's why you have me handling lighting the fire, since I'm the mechanic. I probably have to,
Bongo, what are you doing?
Oh, shit.
I have a talent called Kaboom. I am taking apart Luca's bike cart and creating a bomb out of some of the components.
Oh, you little shit.
Yeah, what happens when you do this? Let's take a look here. So
That's for the fuse. The fuse is 5 seconds long, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah. So let me just read what the talent says because I'm proud of this. So many things explode. You make an impromptu bomb out of some locally found materials. Roll a d20 to determine how long a fuse you make in seconds. The bomb does 3 damage, blast 2. So, you've made a sort of fuse, kind of. What do?
Oh, just put it in my pocket.
You put the bomb in your pocket?
Yeah, I'm not. I just want the bomb. I need to have a bomb.
Okay.
They're coming.
Yeah. All right, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. How big do you think it is?
It's probably like, probably not like a grenade-looking thing. It's probably like a pipe bomb, you know, something like that. Kind of a weird-looking thing. Like maybe it's partially made out of like a handle, like a bite grip, and then like some very it's made out of like the handle and like all of the stuff that makes the thing stop.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, and then some fuel or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you've taken... Luca's bike is basically not operable at this moment.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I'm sorry, what were you doing, Lunchbox?
Oh, I'm just lighting the fire.
Okay.
Because he asked me to do that, so
Yeah, sure.
that's what I was doing.
You failed. A gust of sulfur comes in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Light the
at it.
fire. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to be pretty careful when you do that on this planet, for sure. One of the things you learn pretty early on, I think, is that you have to be extremely careful with the fire.
That's right. It took like 6 months for my eyebrows to grow back.
Definitely don't want any of that dangerous nitrogen that's floating around to both of them.
Nitrogen, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So you start the fire up. Get yourself. Do you start a meal going for everybody?
Oh, not me. I can't cook, but I believe he was gonna do that. So I lit the fire, did my part. No, I get to wait.
Yeah, so Jiro would have like unloaded the rest of the cart and kind of put aside what we're going to consider the haul to sell or make clothes all out of or whatever. But the rest of the part of it he's set aside. I'm imagining like we've got some kind of rudimentary pot, and I'm just tipping like half a crate of Mazak meat just. And then like I take my special spoon out again that I just licked and like scrape out the rest of the Mazak meat into the big pot, and then just start stirring away.
Oh, that looks great.
All right, 1 Mazak stew coming up.
Go ahead and give me a survival roll, or if you have any other skill that you might be able to roll here, Jiro.
I certainly don't have any. Well, I've got a wilderness survival kit, but I don't think that just like sprinkles some basil into the stew. And so I got some herbs in there. So it's just be a flat D20 because I don't have anything survivally.
Yeah.
You need that to survive.
Oh,
natural 20. Holy shit. What a
smells
fucking
delicious.
What a fucking feast you make. Holy cow, it smells fantastic. Smells fantastic.
It's the basil.
First time you can not smell any sulfur. All you smell is the meat cooking.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet reprieve.
This is a good batch. This will melt in mouth, make you feel home. Like mother's stew.
Luka,
Hey, new guy.
Luka, you've gone up into your little nook. Basically your little sleeping area. When you go inside, everything is in the same spot where you left it, but something feels off. You know that feeling, like, you know when somebody's been in here? That kind of a feeling. You have that.
Hey, was anybody in my room here?
What?
Was anybody in my room?
No.
Right.
Something wrong?
Something seems off.
Oh, I get up right away. I've been around here long enough that can mean death in seconds. And I start looking around here.
Do you have any sort of trigger or talent or anything that can help you?
Survive, I'd say.
Hmm.
Pretty dog-eat-dog world out here.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say give me a flat D20 instead.
All right. 6.
Perfect.
I don't know how long it's been since you've last been here, but looks okay. You don't really feel anything weird.
I don't see anything. Zero?
He doesn't even bother to get up at this point. He's still happily, I was nearly said stirring his meat, working on the stew. He's just like, whatever.
Working the meat. I get it.
Yeah.
What's Bongo up to?
Probably playing hopscotch.
Outside?
With a live grenade.
Yeah. Oh, there's always a live
It's a
grenade
pipe.
on me.
Yeah, there's a pipe bomb that's just jangling around in his pocket.
It's like hanging off my belt or something. Like every time I jump, it's like dong, and it beeps. Beep.
Goes off. Yeah, exactly.
You can rip a row level from Crash Bandicoot. I'm too old.
Hey, Boomer.
Literally.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
That was good. That was
good.
good. That's also probably going to be the title of the episode.
It does it again.
It's so weird, Luka. Something feels wrong here.
I don't see anything down here.
Something. Oh, right, okay. All right, maybe it's me. It could just be me, but something definitely seems a lot rather off here.
You want me to come up?
Sure.
All right. I climb up to his little nook, I guess. Double check.
Looks like to be some sort of makeshift bedroll that we all have. It's just maybe like a pile of scrap leather, an old lantern that we've probably rewired multiple times, and maybe an old empty nut sauce wrapper just right next to the lantern on like a makeshift or a stone that is a makeshift bedside table. And then maybe a pile of clothes. Luka's rooting through and he pulls out like half of a binocular. A monocular, exactly. And he just, he looks at us.
Something seems rather off here. Did you check your room?
No.
All right.
I checked downstairs a little or down there a little, but I didn't see anything. I can look around up here for you. And I do that. I look around, see if I see anything suspicious like.
Okay. Yeah, give me a flat D20.
All right. 12.
Okay. You looking in your room?
I'm looking in his room.
So you're still looking in Luka's room?
Right. I looked downstairs and then I went up to his nook and now because
Okay.
he's concerned, so I'm in his room looking around for him.
Okay. Everything's in I guess what you would assume would be the quote unquote right place. I don't know again how long it's been since you've been in this spot. But everything looks like it's in the right place. But you notice that there is what looks to be a badge of some kind.
What does it look like?
Give me a flat D20.
16.
Looks like a union badge.
All right. And where is it?
It's probably just stuck between some of the scraps that he uses to sleep on.
All right. Is all this shit yours? It's like a nut sauce packet and this what the union
no,
thing.
Don't touch that. What's that?
I'm not touching shit. This right here, this badge. This is yours.
Is that mine?
No.
Give me that.
Oh, all right, calm. Get your panties in a twist. I hand it to him. Looks like a union badge.
How did you find this?
It was right there in your bed. You telling me that ain't yours?
Specifically, it is a USB union badge.
You telling me that ain't yours?
Never seen it before.
Shit. Jiro, someone was here. Bongo, check your shit. All right, I'm gonna go check my room.
Right.
And Jiro will just look up and scan like the communal area of the spire.
Okay.
The Great Hall.
Yeah, if you have anything to help you check things or spot or anything along those lines, you can roll that. Otherwise, it's a flat D20.
Perfect.
Man, that food smells fantastic, Jiro. You don't even
That's
look.
all I care about.
Yeah, you don't even look.
I'm not checking in. I'm outside.
Sure.
Wandering around. Seemingly aimlessly.
Sure. Fair enough. Lunchbox. Nothing looks out of place in your room.
Look, it's looking like it's just your room, Luka.
Right. Figures.
What do you mean? Is there a reason that there might be a USB badge? I mean, I know you're a cop killer, but you didn't kill USB, did you? Oh, shit.
Kind of just puts it in the overalls. Away.
Why would they come back? Bongo said they were coming. Bongo!
Jungle.
Um,
I then begin playing Marco Polo, but it's Bongo Jungle. And hide.
I mean, who's this badge that you killed, Luka? Somebody high up or?
Officer
What?
Brent told me.
I don't know what that means. Is he an important figure?
I shouldn't be here. Neither should probably each of us. I should be on Mars.
do you think that
Yep.
everybody here on Skorpa has their own, I shouldn't be here story?
Oh yeah, this is bullshit. Everybody says that. I'm innocent.
Yeah.
You fucking killed a cop. He deserves to be here, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, again, and this is widespread knowledge, is that prison planets should not exist. There are no penal colonies. There are none of these things. Supposedly they were abolished by the Third Committee. Unless you've had some kind of crazy relativity thing going on in your history, you're aware of this.
So really, you only get sent here if you piss off the wrong person. So we've all done that. Right.
Bongo, who's coming back?
As I kind of now make my way out of the bunk.
There's like a slight hill or ridge or something with some just bullshit rocks, and I'm like waving at him from behind it, doing the shush sign, waving him over. Then I dip down behind it.
I slide down the spire and make my way over there.
As he comes around the corner, I say, I knew you would come, Mr. Ludimir. I have something very special for you.
Please don't be another drug. Come on.
I tap the ground next to me, slowly, and nod my head and say, auto-loading holster, accelerated coils, ionized battery, quick draw IS, rapid fire frame. And I push out the bat with nails in it. Is yours for the right price.
All right.
Yeah, it's a board with nails in it.
Board with nails on it.
Yeah.
Cross my arms.
It's got a piece of, like, what looks like exactly what Bongo has on his clothing for like a butt flap so he can take a shit.
Yeah.
He has that exact same thing on the end of his board with nails on it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything, you know that. What are you talking about?
Then I suppose I keep the fusion rifle for myself. It was good doing business with you.
Bongo, who's coming back? You told me to stay awake. People are coming. They always do. Who?
The python, the marmoset, the parrot. The whole caboodle landed in.
I take out the badge.
What's this?
Bongo, roll me a d20, please.
I would like to roll a d20. I don't know what you're making me roll a d20 for, but I assume it was for something else, but I don't know.
This is for your third talent there.
Yeah. Shrapnel in the noggin. Roll a d20. When you think too hard, on a 10 plus, I would basically get the answer, I guess. And on lower than a 10, I take 1 damage. So I take 1 damage. Just think really hard. I jump up and say, what is cooking?
Food, dinner. What this is? What is this?
I don't know what it is.
All right. Let's go eat food. Come on.
Da. I follow him in. But I'm like holding the thing like a rifle. Like doing this and stuff with it. Follow him behind him.
Sure.
I'm doing like army of 2 behind him and stuff as well, and he's just walking casually.
Rolling from one
yeah.
to another.
Yeah. Singing the song again, like way down deep in the middle of the Congo. The hippo took an apricot, guava and a mango. Just following you in. Bungo.
Right. Yeah. Is your food almost ready then, you?
Keep your panties on. And I like take another scoop out of the stew with my spoon and okay, grabs Rob. And I like start to grab whatever poor excuse for plates we have, and I just like start slopping some Mazak stew out onto each plate.
Shale rocks. Just
Yeah. And then I get a little bit of Parmesan and just grate it on top from my wilderness survival kit. Yeah.
Did anyone like maybe even in college or whatever have like that bit of Parmesan that's just in the back of the fridge that you forget about, like it's just hiding there, and then you like think about using it even though you know There's no
I ate
way.
that last night because it was. I shit you not, because it was day 3 of Emma not being home. I'm not even kidding.
You don't even eat the food; you just eat the Parmesan.
Bite it like chocolate.
Oh God.
Is this bad? I wouldn't know. It's Parmesan.
Can you really smell the difference?
It's only a month past the expiration date.
Oh yeah.
But it still smells like Parmesan.
Oh, this stuff
1
is
year? I
way.
mean, come on.
This stuff is way past due. Oh man. Yeah. So you go inside, eat up.
I eat mine in my
It's
room.
fucking amazing. This is the best shit you've had in a long time.
I think I'm a little late to go get some food because I'm checking the other room.
Which other room?
I think I'll... whichever one's closest to Luca's. So,
Which do you think that is?
Bongo, I guess.
Fair. Bongo's
damn
in his room.
I'm in my
Okay.
room and I'm spooning the food, the slop, out of the bowl and then into a hole in the wall. And there's like a shot from the outside. There's just like all this
There's-
stain running down the wall from.
There's Baby Yoda. Just in the wall.
There's just a hole in the wall that leads to the outside, and I just feed it into there.
Hand just come out and
And then there's like there's like down the side of this spire. There's a fucking stain from just months of food or whatever.
Now we know why Bongo's so skinny.
right.
So yeah, lunchbox. You climb on up to Bongo's room. What do you do? I mean, you see Bongo feeding the wall.
Well, Bongo, I'm just gonna look around here for a bit. Just checking.
Don't
I won't touch anything.
you can touch. Don't touch anything red.
All right. And I just look around to see if I see anything suspicious like.
Apart from the guy feeding
Apart
the
from
wall.
the guy feeding the wall and
So this
like,
is.
I've been with Bongo for years. I know what his shit looks like.
All right.
I know what
This is
his
no secret.
disarray. Yeah. he's a little, crazy, and I know that. I know what
Fucking
his
slave
crazy
over
looks
the
like.
stew just for you to feed it to the wall.
Sure.
So is there anything
Furious.
that
The
looks
first
like...
year of me and Jiro was war, and then eventually he just gave up.
Okay. Was that your 14-year-old?
That's correct.
Okay. What would you see? I think.
Something organized. Shit, that ain't Bongo.
No, I think.
Medical order.
I think you see like a I think you see what looks to be a evidence that like Bongo has he always like sits in the same way, like how people when they get into a chair, there's people that like have to put their feet up on the chair. Like they have to like sit and like hug their knees.
Like he
Like
never
Al.
uses his bedroll. It's out, but he never actually uses it. He just sleeps with his back up against the wall.
Yeah, like I think Bongo's got that sort of feel about him, right?
right.
It looks like there's does Bongo wear shoes?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Which is probably not the answer you want, but
No, it's fine. I would say that it looks like there's like Bongo's wearing his shoes, which are kind of like some kind of hodgepodge. I don't think they're belonging to the same set, right?
Right.
It's quite obvious that there's a footprint in some of the slop or whatever that he's schlepped all over this place, and it's neither of those shoes. This is a sort of clear-cut footprint that kind of looks like it does not belong to either of these shoes.
Shit. Luka?
Do not shit in here.
Jiro?
Yes, what?
Everything is
come look.
exactly where it's
Right.
supposed to be.
Look, Bongo. Look at that. That ain't yours.
Everything in here is mine.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna take it. I'm just gonna have them come look. It's such a beautiful display you got here. It's real
Okay.
nice. All right.
Serial Killer 101. This is what they study. Bongo's room.
I'm like
Careful, Luka.
slightly bothered. I'm like sat like I'm perched on the edge of the bed like L from Death Note style, just watching you guys.
And then as soon as they get up here, I'm gonna point to the boot print in the muck there.
I think Jiro will struggle
Look.
getting in the room because Bongo will have carved it out to fit a bongo through the door. And Jiro will try and fit his 6 foot wide fat ass. He'll do that thing where he has to kind of go sideways to just, okay, hang on, wait, I can do it. Hang on, just pull a little. Pull, okay.
All right, I got it.
Okay. And like fall into the room. All right, what is wrong?
Look.
Why I leave Stu?
Look at the boot print. They match.
Well, that's not bongo.
No shit. I think someone was here.
It's not yours either, Jiro.
Hmm.
Well, it certainly ain't mine.
No guy. This you?
It.
Hmm.
No, I mean, look at the tread. It's perfect. Those are brand new shoes. Whoever has them. Certainly ain't ours.
What was up in Luka's room?
This.
In
Pulls out their badge.
USB badge. What's the USB doing down here?
Nothing good. I would imagine it never is.
Oh, you think they're gonna spring the whole planet? I mean, this place is illegal. The USB's
Nice.
here.
Maybe it's not so bad.
Do you think USB would be on our side?
Well, I mean, USB's upholding the law and shit. This place isn't supposed to exist. So yeah, I mean, sue me for getting a little hopeful.
You think if they here to rescue us, they creep in our spire, putting boots and patches in our rooms?
Well, I don't know, but maybe
Believe
they
it when I see
investigating.
it.
What?
I'll believe it when I see it. Dogs, every one of them.
Well, they could be here for you.
And I'll invite them.
Hey, why do you guys say shit like that? You want it to be over?
More than anything.
Look, if you regret what you did, then you got to make up for it. And you can't stop until you've made up for your mistake. You can't just make a bad mistake, make a boo-boo, and then just give up. Say, oh, I regret that thing that I did. Just end it. Some selfish bullshit.
Jiro will immediately walk across the room, like standing to his full height in front of Lunchbox. That man doesn't need to regret anything.
Yeah, but I know, but he does.
He is a hero.
Why do you call me a hero?
You avenge a little girl. Never apologize.
I've lost everything else.
You lost everything when they took her. Now you make them pay. Jiro, if there is a wind, like some kind of hole, even if it's the food hole, he'll want to go to an external wall and like take a scan out the window.
A scan with what?
Sorry, just like a visual scan,
Okay,
just to see if everything's out of place.
sure. You have a spot or any other skill or a trigger that could help you or talent?
No,
Okay. Give me a flat D20 then.
just my eyes.
Looks normal.
I can't see anybody outside.
Normal shitty landscape.
Same old sand and rock.
Go to get some rest, you may. I feel like I will be up for a while.
And I'm gonna lock eyes with Bongo.
Stuck it with the others and he does a dirty tango.
Right?
And I make my way out of the room, and I climb back up to the top of the spire, and I use the monoculars, and I start scanning the horizon,
All right.
checking my heart rate.
It's way too high.
Yeah.
Like you just had 5 cups of coffee.
Yeah,
It's like
that's-
PB in the
That's what
morning
he's feeling right now. He's just-
after a thimble full of coffee. All right. Yeah, if you have a spot or anything to help you, you can do that. Otherwise, it's a flat D20. All right. Take a look around. It's a slow look. You know, it's this. You have a good perch here. And I think that was primarily one of the reasons why you picked it. I think a lot of the people that sort of have these little caves or little homesteads on the planet try and pick these places because they have good views, so that they can see if they're getting attacked or whatever. If there's a warlord that's coming after them or something. Take a look around, a long, slow look around. In the distance, heading over towards the supply drop area, you believe that you see several ships. Not the rickety transport ship that will sort of like lower supplies down the surface. These are Union ships.
that have landed.
A bunch of them.
Ships at the drop point.
Oops.
Cargo ship?
Yet. Union.
What?
Multiple.
I rush over, see if I can see what he sees.
He points, he shows you.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Well, they are coming to rescue us. Well, I think we should head over.
Bongo was right.
Bungo was right.
There's actually what appears to be some explosives going off. Not there, but in random places all about. There's like various things that, I mean, people still try their best to lead whatever kind of semblance of a normal life they can on this place, right? There's celebrations and things that occur from here and there. People will like the equivalent of like lighting off fireworks and whatnot. There'll be like explosions and things that go off. There's a bunch of them that are going off randomly.
Oh, those are all over. You think anybody else has seen this?
I'm sure.
Oh,
I kind of point to the air as if there's a couple more explosions in the distance go off.
I'd best be quick then.
Correct.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Hero, Bongo.
Grab what you
Good.
can.
We're gonna make a run.
Run for what?
Ships.
What ships?
Look.
And I'll go up to
Capital
check
ships.
my head out.
As he walks up, I walk to the vehicles, make sure everything's ready to go, get them started. Oh, shit.
A whole mess of shit's hanging out of the side of Luca's.
The fuck is this? I'm going to try to fix it as best I can.
Okay. That's what you do, Lunchbox.
It is what I do, and I do have a question for you. I have Hacker Fix, but I also have a handy little device I could open to kind of maybe see if there's something to help me fix this faster or make it better.
Sure. You want to explain what that is?
I don't know. Sure.
You
I
have a special talent, right?
I do, but I don't want everybody else to know what that is.
Okay.
But I will open my lunchbox.
All right. Go ahead and roll a d20.
12.
Awesome. You can. So this special talent, what's in the box? Open the lunchbox when no one can look inside. Roll the d20 as a full action. On a 10 plus, you can pull something out of the lunchbox. It has to fit inside. No TARDIS. That will help you.
Perfect. In this lunchbox, I have a bunch of spare parts because I know Bongo will do this to bikes often. So I have a bunch of spare parts handy. So I just immediately, when no one's looking, I open my lunchbox, get the parts out, and then I attempt to fix this.
Absolutely. That's 2
this here bike.
accuracy that you're going to get with the Hacker Fix. 2 accuracy.
All right. So that's plain. And then
Wow.
roll that accuracy.
Holy shit. All right. That's 23. You fixed the hell out of this.
Yeah, this might actually be a chance to get off this planet. I've like fire lit under my ass like none other.
Awesome. You use the tertiary arm to help you with
Oh, hell yeah.
with this, and
Random arm on my belt.
Yeah.
Belt arm.
There's
Just
just
like
that like
unfurled.
hand that like comes up and like
and then
Like a
helps
baby's
me.
arm holding an apple.
yeah, like,
I knew it was gonna happen. I just was wondering who would do it and when. Yeah, you totally fixed this bike up pretty lickety split.
are we going or what?
All right. It sounds different.
Start up the bikes. Is everybody going?
Yeah, but Jiro will be climbing on still with a plate of stew as he climbs in.
Flanagan.
I don't understand why we run into arms of union. Oh, what I could do with the drive.
Okay. Sales go up. Off you go. Towards the Union ships and the drop point. As you make the trip, you realize that you're not alone. It looks like there's other crews that are coming out of the wastelands here of Skorpa, heading for the drop point.
Is this like typically crew on crew? Nobody's really friendly, right?
What do you think?
I kind of sort of imagined a Mad Max situation. So yeah, if there's another crew, fuck them.
Yeah.
That was
So
a
you're gonna have-
rhetorical question, by the
All
way.
right, all right. Bongo! Sheepdog!
I'm already waving at the other crews like,
Yeah,
hello!
like, sheepdog!
So, there are other crews that are making their way. What's your formation here? Who's in front? Who's in back? What's going on? How are you laid out?
Jiro's usually in front. And
Yeah, I'll be in the front with the plow, and I imagine like like I'm gonna be such a loser kid now. The Mighty Ducks like flying V.
Right. Yeah.
I say the flying V, the three of us, and then whatever the fuck Bongo is gonna be doing.
Mine's just like this. Like a fucking,
All
like
over.
I'm all over the place. Like, so it's like like what 3 in formation and one that's just like wobbling all over the place. I very rarely have like more than one hand on the fucking.
It just barely works. Too.
I'm just like.
Yeah. And it's just like, screaming and whipping around.
Whenever I can, I'm like ripping bits off my own bike to make a bomb anyway. So.
Yeah.
So much.
Awesome.
It looks so different compared to everyone else. Has been hacked and fixed over and over again by Lunchbox.
All right. Yeah, you can see the other crew is they're looking like they're eyeballing you, and you hear Tsunami yell, "Supply drop is ours! Back off!"
You wish. I'm gonna fire my scrap gun.
Alrighty, the scrap gun. What does that look like?
I'd say it looks like a big hand cannon.
Okay.
And it's got a bunch of pieces on it that made from scrap metal, and I've somehow made this thing work and fire big explosive bullets.
Alrighty. Go ahead and attack with the scrap gun. That's a 14.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. So when you fire this thing, what does it look like when you fire it? What happens?
A small bullet probably propels outside of it, and it's like anime style. It zooms in on this bullet as it's like, cresting right for them, and it's going to hit the tire, and then it'll wild explosion, like a lot of explosives were packed in that tiny little capsule.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The tire of the one of the bikes blows up. Tire like flips. There's like all this unnecessary smoke and shit that flies up as soon as it happens. Bike does like a flip end over end, and you can see like one member of their crew's down.
Even though there's no smoke coming out of my gun, I definitely go.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
There's just, all this wind and like dirt and shit flying up and already blowing in your face, and you're like,
yeah, I get all riled up with shit like this. Absolutely.
Okay. Is anybody else attacking them?
Jiro wants to try something that isn't an attack, but he wants to do something. He wants to
they're gonna get an attack first. I'm just curious if anybody else is trying to attack here.
Yeah, I'll be doing something.
Okay.
I'll be doing something.
Absolutely.
All right. So one of them has like a harpoon gun. Fucking this thing like launches out. Harpoon hits the ground. Just like thuds into the ground. They like pull the release. The fucking harpoon like comes flying back to the gun. It's horrible, and it looks like it's definitely gonna hurt somebody. Somebody probably gets like the harpoon stuck in their leg as it comes back. Yeah.
The hook is like an old wing.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Who's next?
So I'll give this a go. How many of their crew is there? How many can we see is coming at us?
What a coincidence. The members that you did not choose for the for your party here appear to be the opposing crew. Yeah, you can see Cassidy the Thief, Diplomats, Showbiz, Tsunami, and Citan.
So
Except
I think
Tsunami just biffed, right?
Oh no, I think you probably hit Showbiz,
All right.
okay.
the pretty
Them
one.
looks. Yeah.
Oh, so
Too pretty. Doesn't know how to do shit.
Yep.
Yeah. So Jiro's going to look out and see whichever one of them looks the most pathetic. Make himself look as big as he can. Reach into his pocket and pull out his spoon. And he's gonna point it at them and just shout across, "Back off unless you want to meet the waiter." And I'm going to attempt to use Aura of Intimidation, if you want me to say what that is.
Yes, absolutely.
Rumors of my fate exploits are strewn all about Skorpa. Make up another badass nickname for yourself to add to the list and roll any threats with +1 accuracy. So I basically want to intimidate him.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
my amazing reputation into standing down.
Try and threaten. You get 1 accuracy for it.
Okay. So that's the threaten. And there's the accuracy.
Oh shit! That's Jiro! They've got Jiro with them! And yeah, you can see that person like They totally like peel off. Hey, diplomat, where are you going?
Enjoy your just desserts.
All right, and let's see. Tsunami will try and attack. All right, let's see. He is going to aim. 1, 2, 3. Right at you, Jiro. And Tsunami. What's your evade? I think it's 8, right?
It is indeed.
Oh yeah, that's a hit. He's gonna hit you. This is with I think he's got a bow and arrow. This is a bow and arrow. This is actually gonna hit you. One of the arrows, which looks like it's like rock, like it's got a rock arrowhead. It's like tears into your leg, just like this hard, like lands right into your leg, man. The back is made out of probably there's no feathers here, so it's probably grass that's used to like help keep the arrows on the straight and narrow. But yeah, it lands right in your leg. You're gonna take 1 damage from that.
Okay.
The pilot, the normally in Lancer, the pilots don't have a lot of HP. You have 0 right now, but you should have 5 out of 6. Sorry, 5 out of 6. You should all have 6 starting HP. Except for Bongo, who has head shrapnel damage. All right. Who's next?
I think I'm going to go. So Luka veers off from the flying V and toward them, and he stands up like he's standing up riding a bicycle, and he takes the pickaxe that he has, and he holds the end as if like with 2 handles. So the handle, or to the two pickaxe ends, and the handle as if it's 1 giant peg. As he reaches forward, he then shoves the pickaxe and goes to let go of it and tries to shove it into the front spokes of one of these bikes.
All right, give me an attack roll with that.
Assault? No.
You should have a weapon that's actually pickaxe. Ooh, a 10 is just good enough. So you wedge the pickaxe basically like into the spokes. You're gonna lose the pickaxe though.
Yeah.
The pickaxe gets stuck like in the spokes. All right, and this one is Tsunami's bike. He totally wedged the pickaxe into Tsunami's. Ah! He tries to like elbow you, tries to like hit you in the face with his fist. Like he just fired his bow though. So you came in and just like peeled off and fucking dug the pickaxe in before he could like get himself stationary. He's got this sword like attached to his side, and he just spins and then like flies backwards like out of control. Unnecessary explosions.
Right.
Of course.
God, it's a Michael Bay episode.
Absolutely. Okay, there's 2 left of their crew. There's Citan and Cassidy. And they're kind of like looking at each other. Cassidy is going to probably yell something to Citan. We need those supplies! We have to get there! Citan says, I don't know about you, but I'm bugging out! And he just kind of like turns his handles for his bike, and you see the sail like fully inflate. He kind of like picks up off the ground a little bit and sails off like this ridge off to the left. Cassidy's still there. She looks pretty intent on heading to the supply drop. She's actually not going to attack you guys. She's going to speed up. And she does. She speeds up really fast. She's way ahead of you guys now. And she's heading for the supplies. They're coming up. They're pretty close. Bongo, are you doing something?
Yes. I would like to use my move batshit. Hey! Roll a d20. On an even number, you get 2 bonus actions, and on an odd number, you lose a turn. With my even number of a 14, I will say I'll shout over to literally no one behind me and say,
Hey, check this out!
and I pull a fucking thing on the back of my bike, and explosion goes off, and it rocket propels me forward. So I'd like mechanically, I'm speeding up with her, and I pull out the bat.
It's too good. I have to let you do it.
Well, I'm using I'm like double movement, but then I'd like to hit her with the bat as well. Like if I can just kind of, and then just pull, I'm holding the bat out. Or like holding on like the fucking I'm just like barely holding the bat out and or the board with an attempt to hit her with the thing 20.
Oh, Jesus! That's a crit. Oh yeah. How badly do you fucking annihilate her?
Oh, like if I can make her head explode, done. Like I just like I'm not even doing it. Like it's nothing to do with my own strength or anything. It's just purely how fast I'm going forward. And like as I hit her, I just shout, like it probably like I'm probably like spinning out almost as well by the time when I hit her, and she just I'll wipe her the fuck out.
Absolutely. You just see her head just like, it looks like an 80s action movie, like, or 80s sci-fi movie, I should say. Because the head just...
Mad Max.
Yeah. Just fucking splatters.
Does that say also has a butt flap?
It does.
Yes. It has a butt flap hanging off the bottom of it, flipping in the wind.
It does.
All right.
So... you head towards the supply drop area. As you pull up, you can see a bunch of other crews and stuff there. You can also see lots of Union personnel spilling out of what appears to be at least 10 ships. And I'm talking about these are at least like Corvette class ships that have landed on this planet. There's full UND guards, or UND, I think they have Marines and they also have like Navy, you know, it's all thrown under the Union Naval Department, I think. I'm not sure on that, but
it is now because it's your universe.
Yeah,
and what
exactly.
You say,
fuck it. So they have they've come out basically of all the ships and things. You can see that they've taken up like defensive postures, right? They've got heavy weapons, they're all covered, they've got armor on and shit. You can see that there's a few mechs that are walking around. And everyone's kind of like looking at each other. And you hear basically like a magnified voice come across and say,
"Prisoners of Skorpa, congratulations! You have been liberated. This second committee, Travesty, is ending here today. Please place any weapons that you may have away from your persons and walk up. We will be interviewing each of you for reassignment and liberation."
Well, I throw my hand cannon to the side and I start to walk up, but I think I grab Luka's arm before I do that, before I walk up. Make eye contact with him. We may be liberated, but no one's going to relieve your guilt. You got to earn your reprieve. And then I walk up.
What about the rest of you?
I walk behind.
Jiro will look around and see how many Skorpa residents are actually here. Like, does it look like everybody, like
People
a
are
mass
starting to-
exodus is happening?
People are starting to, like, you know, convene at this space. I mean, whenever there's a supply drop or anything that happens, it's like a fucking... It's like supply drops in you know, whatever fucking PUBG style games, you know, any battle royale kind of games happen. You know what I mean? It's like fucking chaos, right? But this is different. I mean, anybody that had any kind of vantage point on this area saw that there were, like, serious firepower was getting dropped onto the planet. Like, this is... Any one of these ships could kill, like, everybody on the planet. There's maybe, I don't know, I'd say, based on your guesses, a few hundred to 1,000 people on Skorpa, maybe, that you know of. I mean, it's a big planet. You don't know everything, but at least in this supply drop area, maybe a few hundred people, maybe 1,000. And there's a lot of them that are kind of convening here.
Okay. Odd question, but this literally will change what Jiro does. Would you say it's like half of... If I think there's like 1,000, would you say there's like 500 out here?
No, probably not that much. There's maybe 100 so far.
Okay. In which case, Jiro will... I mean, he has no weapons on him. He's just got his spoon in his little dungaree pocket. He's not going to walk up. He's just going to stay and watch for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, you can see people, like, looking around. There's a few people that look like they think about fighting them, but there's just overwhelming firepower here. It would be just... They'd be turned into Swiss cheese, you know?
How many mechs?
A lot. Maybe,
take
like...
one. I'm just kidding.
There's, like, 10... There's got to be at least... There's got to be at least 10 around that are just kind of, like, setting up, like, a perimeter. What about you, Bongo?
I'm doing circles around my bike for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'll probably catch up with Luka and grab him by the arm.
What, Bongo?
You say you have nothing.
There?
Say I have nothing?
I grab his hands. As I'm kind of probably looking up at him. I'm much smaller than him.
You have nothing, but you have something. Okay?
Yeah.
So when it comes to sun and fun and goodness in the jungle, they all prefer the sunny, funny one they call Umbango.
And I turn around and walk away from him. The pipe bomb is in your hand, counting down from 5.
What do you do, Luka?
4, 3, 2.
He throws it, I guess, away from everyone.
Bongo!
Just chuck it off into the...
Yeah, sure. You throw the pipe bomb, like, off to the side. There's like a fucking, like, whoa! There's like a panic is going on. And it takes like a while to calm down. Like, all the fucking other people on Skorpa think like the Union. There's like a firefight and shit that goes on. It's horrific. It takes like a few hours to like calm down. It's horrific.
I get on Lunchbox's bike and I'm out. I just ride off into the horizon. I'm gone.
It's horrific. But
Yours
eventually,
is the best one.
but eventually, things do calm down. People get sorted. Luka, there's a there's an old man. I don't know how old anybody is really these days. But you basically get sat down with him. He says, "Ah, hello there. You are Mr. Ludimir? I'm Dr. Prism."
Pleasure.
What'd you say?
Pleasure.
I'm part of the USB. I see here that you were originally supposed to be sent to Mars for murder. Mars maximum security.
Yeah.
Very tragic about your daughter.
Yeah.
You've been through quite a bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, I have a potential opportunity that you may be interested in. That is, unless you want to go back to prison.
I'm listening.
One of the lights begins to flicker. We're back in the USB headquarters. Feels like everything's moving in slow motion for you, Luka. You're remembering your time on Skorpa. You see the rest of the group. Sort of being dealt with in this situation. Effie's taken a hit. Your family's in trouble. What happened the last time your family was in trouble?
I wasn't there.
You are now. You break one guard's neck. Just your bare hands. You feel the first blaster shot in your side. Feels like you're moving in normal speed, but everything around you is kind of in slow motion. You can see Tivius sort of covering his eyes. Lights are flashing. You can see Wyatt and Effie and Stu. Sort of look like they're having some sort of reaction to these lights. They're almost frozen stiff.
I think Luka reaches into his pocket and he takes out a half-used vial of kick and he injects it into his neck.
I will be here Are you family?
Rush forward. Maybe towards the Admiral. You feel the other blaster shots connect. Just before you reach. Just before you reach him.
I think mid-charge, the blaster may throw him off his path, so much so that he can actually now see and look at the display of his friends and his family watching him, probably in horror.
You can maybe hear Tivius kind of yelling in the background. No! No! Stand down!
And he kind of like stumbles forward, and as he lands on his side, I think maybe that jars a lot of the adrenaline away just for a moment as he assesses the wounds he has taken. And that's when he feels the kick. He looks at his family and he just says,
I will be with my family soon.
You see Heath on the ground as well. He's having a reaction, but you can see he can see you.
I'll be with my daughter.
and he kind of like pushes himself back up to his feet and blinks back and takes a deep breath as the kick starts to really pump through his veins. And he screams.
Guards are trying to jump on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Lily!
And he starts to just fight as much as he can. And he looks back at his friends, tears streaming down his face.
I just want you all to be all right. Tell me they will be all right.
As he kind of just collapses.
Just
the kick wasn't enough.
Nonsensical. As kind of losing your mind. And that's where we're going to end the episode today. That's where we end Luca's story.
I need to keep my mind wiped forever. As Wyatt, like they're gonna have to keep him mind whatever the fuck they've even done.
No, thank you. Do not want.
So, we're going to go around the room and do some shout outs. I think PB's maybe having a cry.
I need a minute.
Yeah, I guessed. Why don't we start things off with Myth?
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for letting me tell the story of Luca. Thank you for... today was amazing. Going back and playing on Skorpa was awesome. I actually thought of Skorpa like 10 years ago in a sci-fi game that I wanted to run. And it was just the name I pulled this time around when I was making his backstory. And I'm so glad I did, because that's exactly how I pictured it too. It was awesome. So that was really cool to see. And to play with you guys in a separate character in his backstory was super awesome. Giving the origin story was really amazing. It felt really good for Luca. Really just amazing. Thank you guys, and thank you everybody for being a part of it. And I love Luca, and it was a lot of fun playing him. And I really needed to do what he would have done, and that's what he would have done in that situation last week. He cares too much about his family, The tanks, and through the experiments, they said it just gives an undying loyalty to one another, and that exponentially grew considering his backstory and his tragedy he's been with. He didn't want to lose it again. He didn't have anything else again. He's always had a death wish, and it was really amazing to tell that story with all of you. So thank you. I'm Mythomatic. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch of the same name. We could chat ZBO anytime. We could chat RP anytime. I love roleplay. I love improv. I love telling stories. That's me. Thank you.
Thank you, Myth. Thank you. PB?
No disrespect to anybody, but Luka was my favorite character. So that was amazing. That was wonderful. That's it. That's all I got. Move on.
Thank you, PB. If you guys are unaware or you don't follow her, you should give PB a follow, twitch.tv/pumpkinberry.
He cries on every stream.
Thank you,
Shout
PB.
out to Peachy, who sent me a really obscene thing in my DMs to try to lighten my mood. Right as it was happening. Let me lighten this RP moment. I can't unsee that, Peachy.
Just a picture of his taint.
That's not gay. Potato, not brim.
Thank you, PB. Jay Britton?
That started out as a very fun episode, and I loved it. I loved Skorpa. I loved that little gang, and I loved diving into Luca's backstory. To bring it back to that at the end was something pretty special. I'm saying nothing. Go follow Mythomatic on Twitch and Twitter, because that was wonderful character work. And Heath's little moment with Luka floating around in space, and I say this without not one iota of bluster or bullshit, but that was one of the nicest moments I've ever had as an actor, let alone a role player. So thank you, Myth, for that and for creating Luka. And that all sucks, but amazing story. And yeah, I'm done.
I feel like Luka was
already.
actually the best of us. For real. The best of all the characters. He was the best one. And I mean, good in his heart as well.
He was my brother, no matter what he's got going on with Stu.
He was a broken man that just needed to love something.
Well, someone that has no love in their life. Brad.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead.
Someone that has no love in their heart.
Nothing in his heart. Yeah, that was a fun session until the end, and now I'm just sad, and I'm gonna have to add it to my shelf of repression in real life, I think. Jesus. It's awful. It's super awful, because now I don't even understand what's going on. Like, Wack hasn't told us anything really in the coming weeks and stuff, but if I have to play a character who now, if he remembers that thing,
we lost
She's like, fuck this. I'm
Jay
out.
can't, yeah, he can't handle it.
Like, I
He
can't.
can't handle it. Yeah, I have to play a character that if he remembers this, is going to blame himself, right? Even though it was 100% Tivius's fault.
Right.
Yeah.
So Wyatt's still going to carry this now. You know, that's it. You've given Wyatt depression. So I hope you're proud of yourself.
I am.
And Wack.
He
So
wasn't.
yeah. No, not really. He was just, I don't know what he is really. He's not like, I don't know, he's just antisocial. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't care enough about depression. He didn't care enough to let.
Yeah, he's not depressed or anything. He was just, he's anti-authority. He's not happy with his life, and he finally was like, yeah, it's exciting to do a thing, but now and then it all just, it all went to shit. But for sure, I don't think he's ever going to forgive himself for this thing. Regardless, so it's pretty, this is going to have potentially heavy roleplay repercussions for my character.
Someone to find out who you really are. So maybe we'll see who Wyatt really is.
Maybe. Well, I mean, to be fair,
interesting to think about, actually.
To be fair, like the only other time I've played Wyatt as it was when Heath was gonna die, and they were like, and when we were in the prison thing,
right?
And they were like, oh yeah, she came in, and Polly was like, Heath is in a coma and he might die. We need to get him out of here or whatever. And that's the only reason I called Tivius as Wyatt. Was because I would never have done it, right? I was like, well, see how far this goes before I need to call him when I'm being tortured, Metal Gear Solid style, then maybe I'll call him. But we were in desperate measures, so I think it is a good motivator for Wyatt. But I don't know now. I don't know what he'd like. I don't know how crazy Wyatt is, honestly. Like whether he's vengeful crazy or not. Like I don't know if I need to like turn the entire Seraph.
Or
is that what it's called?
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to go bongo crazy now. Bongo is just Wyatt crazy. Who went through a time portal and ended up on Skorpa after this situation. I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to think about it. But yeah, I really like Luka as a character. I'm a big Luka stan, so I'm sad. I'm sad, but I can't express that. All right. I will open a floodgate that no one wants to see online.
Well, thank you, Brad, regardless. I'm Wax Steven. I am the GM of Doom for a reason.
That's another one for Whack.
Let me just put another notch on my board here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you, chat. Thank you for being you. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. It was meant to be a proper send-off for Luka. I gave the players some choices, and this was Myth's choice to sort of let this happen. So I wanted to send him off properly. I didn't want it just to, we just move on. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted there to be a proper send off, and I couldn't think of a better way to do it. So
it's really well done.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much, chat. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for any fan art you've done, any just talking in our chat, just hanging out with us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Myth. Thank you, PB. Even though we had no Fist today, thank you, Fist, for being awesome role players. I appreciate you. Myth, I think you did a great job with Luka, and I'll be sad to see him go, but there is a time for all things. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you hang out with us tomorrow as we have Witchcraft and Wizardry, the Harry Potter show I do. That's a lot different than this one. That's the Harry Potter role-playing game called Witchcraft and Wizardry that I made. I made it. And the players are kids, and it's a good time. So hopefully we'll see you for that, and hopefully we'll cheer you up tomorrow if you're feeling sad about today. Otherwise we have Saturday is our next show, right? We don't have anything else during the week. We've got Saturday's the next show this week. Which is going to be more Mass Effect. We've got the second episode of our Mass Effect miniseries coming up, and Dying Order on Sunday. So hopefully we'll see you guys for that. If you haven't done so, follow all these wonderful people. If you have yourself a Twitch Prime or an Amazon Prime that you have not used yet, please consider throwing it their way. Give them some love, give them some support. And if you want to help support Tablestory, one of the best ways you can do that is heading on over to tablestory.tv/pledge, where you can check out our Patreon. We've got a lot of content up there. Podcasts, we've got podcast versions of our shows, we've got artwork, we've got character sheets, we've got all kinds of stuff. So hopefully we'll have you guys hop on over there, you want to help keep the lights on. Otherwise, make sure you follow follow Tablestory, and we'll see you next
Also,
time.
Everybody's kind of freaking out in the chat. Myth is not leaving the show.
He's not leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not? Oh.
No, he's not leaving the show.
Sorry, bro.
So don't panic. He'll be back.
But I thought that's what this was all about. Why do you think I engineered it in the beginning?
He is going to be gone for the next 2 weeks, though. He will be gone for the next 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So at least a break is better than nothing. You know what I mean? That guy.
He's going to be gone for 2 weeks. So we'll have Myth join us in a little bit. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Good night, everybody. Peace out.
Bye.
Goodbye, family.
No, don't do that, you bastard.